Namaste. Welcome to the class. I thought we were a bit of an imbalance in life these days, so I'm going to focus on balance quite a bit today. And our centre of gravity, which is 2 inches below the navel. So we're going to try and work from there quite a lot. So to begin with, just lying down in your constructive rest position, which is feet on the mat, feet and knees apart, head support if you need it, arms by your sides, palms up, and closing your eyes. So just holding it there, just feeling rested, back is released, and all you've got to do is just breathe. Be aware of how you're feeling. Do you feel balance? Do you want to move slightly? Perhaps your feet a bit more forward or back. So your back is feeling easy, soft, your tummy is soft. So you might need just a little bit of readjustment. So taking your senses inwards into your own body, your own feelings. Just breathing. Just breathing in and breathing out. Sometimes that's all we can do, isn't it? So, time to reassess the balance in life, which thoughts are positive and useful, and which are repetitive and negative. Remember that a river requires banks as well as flowing water. And being aware when you do your practice today of which body parts are steady and firm and which are soft and yielding. So just take another 6 nice easy breaths, focusing on letting go, where you can let go in your body, breathing in and breathing out. When you've finished, stretching your legs out, stretching your arms out. Have a good stretch throughout the body, the legs and arms and everything. And then walking your feet closer in towards you, bend your knees into your chest, roll onto the right side. Come up to sitting with your legs crossed. And lifting up, smiling, it's such a lovely sunny day. Shoulders down, arms up, feeling evenly stretched, breathing, smile. I can only imagine you smiling, but I'm sure you are. As you breathe out, bring the arms down, cross the other way for balance, and sometimes that feels a bit odd, doesn't it, because we just do things one way. So see if you can still feel balanced. Have another breath in and lengthening, breathing out, and down. We're going to get up and do either a cat or sun salute. So I'm going to get up. So if you're doing cat, then obviously you don't on all fours, you know how to do that one. And we're going to do some sun salute. Otherwise, starting off with a good firm Tadasana, even hands in Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back, knee down the cup. And retain the breath into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down, smoothly into cobra. Down into dog, heels down. Energy now, big step forward with the right. Breathe out left. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back. Knee down and go. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra. Out into dog. Breathe in, step forward left. Breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Bottom down, tummy up. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Smoothly into cobra, down into dog. Breathe in, step forward right. Breathe out left. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into namaste. Breathing any higher, up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog, hold it there. Breathe. Step forward right. Step forward left. Step forward right again, back again right, back again left. We've done something a little bit different. Into plank. Step forward, right and left with the knee down. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into namaste. Get your breath back. And let us go all wrapped up. I have this brilliant idea of putting one at the back, but as it goes forward. And a good Tadasana. Into simple dog pose. Walking the feet back, feet are hip width. Now the toes facing forwards. If you can see your inner heel, then you've got to move the heel out. Feet in line with your hips, the same width. Look at the hands, are they spreading? Is the middle finger in the middle? Is your bottom as high as you can? Breathe in as you breathe out. Suck the tummy in as you breathe out. Move the weight back. Make space between your shoulders and ears. Turn your inner elbows up a little bit. Breathe. Come down into child, toes together, knees apart. Bring the backs of your hands to your feet. Hold it there for a breath or two. And come up into Tadasana. So, you'll need a chair or something there because we're going to do a little bit of balancing. So, standing nice and tall. Are you balanced? Are your toes spread? Can you feel the skin underneath the toes? Are the feet and legs together as much as you can? Okay, so the weight on your right leg now. Can you lift the left one up? Hold. Up a little bit more and in. Be tall and slowly down. Together again. Nice and firm on your Tadasana. Start to lift the right one up. So you've got the chair there in case you need it. More tall and down with control. Don't just let it go. Breathe. Just release. Now you can hold. You can bring the knees together and your foot behind you. So I can turn this way. So you get this lovely stretch on the front thigh and the hip. Now don't worry if you can't get the heel to your bottom, but the tummy's got to be in and not pushed out. You're trying to be in a straight line. And breathing. If you can balance and bring both hands around, but you've got to really work the tummy now. Get as even as you can. Balancing on the right leg. And if you wobble, that's a good thing. That's using your muscles. The body righting itself. So that is not a bad thing at all. That's my excuse. No, it's true actually. Standing nice and tall again. We're going to balance on the left one. And bring the right one up. The So the knees, if you look, should be in line. The knee shouldn't be forward here. Tummy all the way up, feeling your centre of gravity, the lower abdomen, shoulders down. And if you're balanced, you can use both hands to do that. And you will wobble, especially the mat's a bit bouncy on the carpet. And down and release. You can have a stretch out, so do have a chair there. So you can do a nice stretch and lengthen out. Again, the lower abdomen working. Just the back nice and straight, and the legs up straight, so you're moving your hips back, you're stretching your fingers, and are you breathing? Breathing in and breathing out. Walk forward, 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 and come up. We're going to try a little leg stretch. You can use a belt if you want to. So, good Tadasana again, balancing on the right leg. So you can use a belt. You can see how much you can stretch the leg, but it's mainly a balance. But if you use your belt, you can straighten it a bit more maybe. So trying to get the legs straight. The right one strong. Maybe you can lift the other one. And down and release. Okay, standing nice and tall. So balancing on the other one. So it's there for you if you need it. The chair, please do have something. Stretching this one forward, other one up and breathing and release. A little wiggle out. And that's going to lead us to dancer, isn't it? With the legs going back and everything. So, we'll be facing the chair in Tadasana. So at the moment, ears over shoulders, over hips, knees and ankles. Okay, so you're going to balance on the right leg. Bring the left one back first of all. Then this one goes back. Again, a lot of stretch here and work on the tummy. And the arm goes up. The arm stretches back, bringing the leg back. Other arm forward. Dancer, elegant. Breathe. Look at the hand. And down carefully in Tadasana. Okay, so bring the one up, knees together, again working on the etc. Of course the shoulder's got to go back as well. Back one. There. And we start to bring this back. Then let go. Bring this back more so the arms straight. Look forward, look at the hand if you can. Dancer, elegant. And slowly down. Have a little wiggle out. So let's have a little forward bend to release that. Feet a little bit apart, facing forward. Hands on your hips and extend forward. Now, well, if I do it this way, the bottom should be straight up. These sitting bones here should be facing up. And then you let go from there. So most of what happens is people are leaning back too much, and then that changes the whole posture. If you want to really work the legs, release the body down, then this has to go more or less straight up. So normally we need to come a little bit forward. Strong legs lifting the kneecaps. Breathe in as you breathe out. Tummy in. Then you can try and fold over a little bit more. Release the neck. Hands on your hips. Be careful if you've got a chair there. Don't hit your head or anything. And breathe in and coming up. And release. A little wiggle And then let's get a bit like that. I had this brilliant idea of having one mat at the back that way, so that I can turn around. But we'll see if it's going to work. Okay, so I'm going to do tree postures. So, standing nice and tall. Good Tadasana. Right, so you can hold the chair. We're going to balance on the right one and bring the foot up. Now the foot ideally should go straight down. If you can't get it this high, you have to go a bit lower, or even lower, or if you're not in a balancing mood today, have it there. But don't put it on your kneecap, that won't do them any favours. So, what sort of tree are we going to be today? Are we going to be a nice solid oak? Or a little wispy, don't know what's wispy, but...
Weird.
So, standing tall, a solid oak, think of the trunk. So, where can you feel some work going on? If you lift your kneecap, the leg is strong, the thigh is quite strong. Now, there's the pressure between the thigh and the foot and the thigh. So we're pressing the foot that way. Now if we press too much, we're going to go out of line. If we move too much that way and press too much that way, that's going to go out. So you need some sort of equal pressure. And this knee is supposed to go out to the side and sort of down at an angle. We'll see how that goes. It may be good at another time when you practice on your own to just do it in front of a mirror, just to see what happens if you do, one way or the other and it doesn't quite look even. Okay, so when you're really even and all the weight is over the standing leg, you might wobble a bit, but maybe you get a good posture. Hands in Namaste under the breastbone, and then start to lift. Right, so think about the centre of gravity, lower abdomen. Shoulders are down, so firm, firm, firm. Now I find that interlocking the fingers, index fingers together, and lifting up, can help, that's up to you. And then some people can straighten their arms that way. Others might need to go wide, but shoulders down. Find your drishti, your point where you can focus. Then bring your hands into Namaste. And come down. So you can feel the difference, can't you, in the legs. So get your Tadasana back, and then bring up the. So I find I'm less balanced on this left leg, so I also need to practice that a bit more, don't I? So this foot going straight down. Try and get some even pressure here. The knee. Down, and you can actually feel the hip bones here. Are they feeling even? You can use that again, can't you? Okay, and then hands in Namaste. Up, interlocking, stretching up, breathing, lengthening, straightening, narrow or wide, breathing. And down. Good, and release. So feeling even again. A big little wiggle out. Put a little forward bend again, because you can extend forward and then release all the way down from there then. And letting go. Breathing. Or you could, if you wish, do a half one on the chair again and just extend forward that way, and perhaps you can walk down the chair a little bit until you're at the seat of the chair, and just sort of go down the chair and do a halfway one. to you. So just release for a breath or two. A little bit. Oh, I've just got to look at my watch. How long?
8 minutes 50 to go.
Okay, good. Right, we're going to do chair pose. So, feet together. I'm sorry, down by your side. Into good Tadasana again. Both legs really working. So, feet and legs together well. And as you bend the knees, you're going to lift the arms. Breathe in. Breathing out. Breathing out. Arms up. So you should be lengthening up. Arms in line with your ears. And down. So it's up to you how far you want to go or you can go. You should be balanced. You should be looking straight forward. Even up a little if you can. Chair pose. It should be easy really. Just imagine you're sitting on a chair. And breathe in and come up. Release. So let's do it with a twist each side. Hands in Namaste. Breathe in. Breathing out. Knees together. That's that lower abdomen working. So you're coming forward, forward, forward. Then you're being very steady and balanced. You're bringing the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Breathe. Start to turn to the left. So the right elbow is down, the left elbow is up. And looking over to your left side. Breathe. You might wobble, that's fine. Breathe in, come to centre and up. Hold it there. Get your balance again. Okay, breathe in. Breathing out. Come down, 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 down. Breathe. Turn towards the right, bring the outside of the right elbow on the outside of the, the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Turn, turn, turn. One elbow should be sort of on top of the other. You should be looking at the wall on your right side. Breathe. And on the inhalation, come to centre and up. Stretch up. Lengthen, even more. Now, are you evenly stretched on both sides? Have a look. Arms are facing. Imagine the middle finger's right in the middle. And what's happened to the shoulders? Not hunched. If you need to go wider, to get a nice wide feeling between the ears and the shoulders. Now you've got your best long earrings on. We don't want them down by the shoulders, do we? Even the men. Breathe. Smile. And on the next out breath. Down, down, down. And release. Wiggle. Now, I thought with this chair we could do Warrior 3. That's a general idea. And hold the chair. So. At the end of my mat, I'm going to destroy my plant, I don't think so. We're going to walk back and stretch the right leg back. So we've got to be even, haven't we? So this hip mustn't lift, and what's happened to the elbows and everything, I'm going to bring my arms over a little bit. So that may help me keep the balance now. Never in a straight line, but I'm trying. So the right leg's extended back. Breathing, you're trying to keep the hip down, leg working, arms working. Breathe. And then gently come down. Keep the feet together, and then just come up. Side. left leg back, coming forward so that we can stretch the arms properly, keeping the left hip down, trying to think, are they even? Also, make sure the foot is facing the front. So we're trying to straighten the leg back. It's hard work on that standing leg, isn't it? Breathe, extend, strong. Exhale. Carefully. Oh, come back and release. A little wiggle out. Now we're going to sit on the mat and do Adho Konasana, soles of the feet together. So, you need to move your bottom in a little bit. You can hold the ankles underneath the feet, or it's quite nice with the belt, bringing it underneath the feet, and then you can go around and you can have it a bit longer and the elbows back, so you can really lift your chest and hold it there, or if you can hold underneath the feet or the ankles, you can do it that way. So, move the bottom forward a bit, lift up, and we're trying to get the chest through and lengthening the spine and breathing. Have a little rock side to side if you like. That's quite nice. Sort of ease into it, one side, the other side, and make it smaller and smaller until you're balanced evenly, sitting up, and breathe, and just releasing in the groins and the inner thighs. Can you let go there, release there, but stretch up with the rest of the body, and breathe at the same time and smile. It's very good for the hips and nice balance. Okay, so now we're going to remove one foot and see if we can balance. Make sure you've got space behind you in case you fall back. You can have your hand on the outside of the foot, hold the big toe with the 2 fingers, or use a belt. You don't have to straighten your legs completely, it's just a balance at the moment, so here will be fine. Lower abdomen working now, lifting up, and if you can straighten it, and keep the torso lifted, and breathe. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears, and then come back, balance the posture again, and then get hold of the other foot whichever way you did before. So again, lower abdomen working, lifting, and starting to straighten. Can be here, a little bit more, straighten if you can, lifting the body, breathing, and bring it back. Then have a little look side to side again. Then you bring your bottom closer to your heels, have a look at the feet, are they even? A nice gap for the instep there. Sitting up again. And then we're going to take it into a little balance. So holding where you can hold, breathe in, breathing out, just come back a little bit, still lifting the body, and just bring the feet off, legs off, and balance, and out. Then let's see if we can balance holding wherever you want to hold, and lifting up. Now we can start stretching the legs. Okay, the knack of the posture is to keep the body up and forward, and then you won't lean back. And then you don't have to straighten entirely. Try and lift the body. Try and keep the tummy working. Shoulders away from the ears. And smile. Breathe. A little bit, and come down, straighten the legs. Move the flesh of the bottom back, so you're sitting in Dandasana now. the pose of the rod or staff. So I'll be sitting up straight here and straight along the legs. Bring your toes towards you. Now hopefully you can see my toes now, is that right? And you can see my toe wiggle. I think last time it got cut off. So I have a toe wiggle, and can you make space between your toes, all of them? It's very good for the toes that spend too much time cramped in shoes, don't they? Although it's summer now, we can expose them a bit more. So lively feet. The feet are very important to keep your balance, obviously, aren't they? And trying to do that. Okay, I'm going to go into a bridge pose now. So bring the feet on the mat and lie down. Maybe I'll go over this way. See a bit more sideways. So lie down. Don't lift anything under your head. Walk your heels towards your bottom a little bit more. You may just touch them maybe. And they're about hip width apart. Okay. Place your hands flat down on the mat, arms down. Make sure the chin's not up or anything. And start to breathe in and lift, lift, lift. Then breathe normally. Can you walk one shoulder forward, the other shoulder forward? So you can lift. Now, you're lifting, but you're stretching your knees forward, so your spine is long. You're not cramping up your spine. The spine is long as you lift it. So you may be able to lift a little bit more. You don't want to go, knees go out like this. The feet are going straight forward, so even slightly pigeon-toed, but not bringing the toes out. And then, now, how much can you lift off the mat? Do not turn your head in this position, because it won't be good for the neck at all. So you don't have to look any further, unless you'll have a look before you start. So breathe in and see if you can lift a little bit more, breathing out. So I'm pushing on my feet, I'm pushing my knees away from me, and I'm trying to lift the hips a bit higher, I might move my shoulders in a little bit, and breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. It's a lovely stretch on the back. Breathing in, breathing out. And breathing in, breathing out. Any more lift? So we're trying to lift the upper back now as well. And get as much of the upper back off the mat as we can. Then we're going to gradually come down. Oh, release, move the feet away. Oh, and then relax the back. A little wiggle. Side to side. Just release down. And as you breathe out, the lower back comes down. Just relaxing down. So 3 nice long breaths, breathing in. You can lift release the tummy a little, breathing out. You're not pushing anything, keeping the chin down. There might be a bit, there's this tilt of the pelvis, isn't it? As you go down slightly. So breathing in, release. Breathing out, let go. Once more. Breathing in, release. Breathing out. Just let the ribs come down. Okay. We're going to do a half shoulder stand again. Do not move your neck from side to side. And remember, this is a shoulder stand, not a neck stand. So you shouldn't have any discomfort in your neck or your face or your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to bend the knees in. Now you have to press on your arms to get your bottom up, if you haven't done this before. If you want to do your normal shoulder stand, you can do it now or do it another time in your practice. So I'm pushing so I can get my knees up, and then I can get my bottom off. Then I'm supporting my back. But this is a half shoulder stand, we're not bringing our legs right up. Now the elbows come in a bit so I can support my back here. So the shoulders are on the mat. The lower arms, the upper arms, sorry, are working, pressing down. You can stretch your feet down the front of the feet. So you should have this angle of the feet over the head. So it's an inversion, which is good for you. And if you stretch the front of the feet, you'll feel some leg muscles working, the feet and the calves, and then you can stretch the heels away and bring the toes towards you and get, so this is a stretch on the calf, isn't it? And breathe. So you're trying to stay in this position. If you press on the upper arms a little bit, you might get the hips up a little bit and legs over a little bit. But nothing should have happened to the head and the neck. Another couple of breaths. So to come down, you start to bend your knees in. You're still holding your back. And can you gradually bring the back down, 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 down. And then the bottom comes down. And then the feet come down. And then you walk the shoulders away and feet on the mat again. And that's nice and relaxing there. Take a breath or two. And then we're going to come up to sitting. So bend the knees in, roll to the right hand side, and come up to sitting. I'm just going to move over here. Sitting in Dandasana again. Sitting up, lengthening through with the legs and the body. Moving the flesh of the bottom back, so you're sitting on the sitting bones, and we'll just do a gentle forward bend. So breathing the lift and breathing out. So folding over, folding over, folding over. Bring the hands just where they come. Bring the elbows out today and drop the head forward, releasing forward. Keep the legs working. Keep the legs working, straight, just relaxing down, not pushing. And then carefully breathe in and come up. Sitting up again, bringing the feet in. And we're now going to do Shavasana. So you wouldn't be lying, you're going to be lying down. I'm going to use my resounding bell today, so that I'll do it when we start, when I'm going to start talking, and I'll do it when I stop and we're going to get up. Okay, so make yourself comfortable. Use head support if you know your chin lifts. The chin shouldn't be lifting. You might want to get some more clothes on if you think you're going to cool down. But it's nothing more today, isn't it? So, you're settling down now, lying down on the mat. So you start off how we started class, lying down with the feet on the mat, the knees bent. And from there, you can slowly start to stretch your legs out from there. So you can get your back comfortable, have a little wiggle side to side. Whatever gives you a comfortable back. Then you can bring the legs a little bit apart and then roll them out. Let the arms roll out, the shoulders down, and the palms facing up, and relaxing your body. So, and then gently closing your eyes. So a bit of a different Shavasana today, starting differently. So, make sure your eyes are closed now. Just pay attention to your breath if your mind starts to wander. Now, your brain experiences misalignment in Shavasana as a disturbance. So the more you're able to bring yourself into balance, the more your brain will quieten down. Once this happens, what you normally perceive as the limits of your body start to soften and dissolve, and you begin to feel consciously expansive. So your arms are down by your side, away from your torso, palms up, your legs. Adjust them so that they're equal distance from a midline through your torso, with your heels just a few inches apart. Move your head so your ears are an equal distance from your shoulders and your eyes an equal distance from the ceiling. So your head is not tilted or turned. The more you can bring your body into a neutral position, the more your brain can let go. Now, make sure that your tongue is resting on the floor of your mouth. Just let it go. Your tongue has its own midline, so you want to be sure to spread the tongue from the midline out equally on both sides. Drop your eyes towards the back of their sockets. Soften your nose and deepen your ear canals so that you're listening to the sound of your breath from deep inside the back of your head. And then just soften the skin of the bridge of your nose or the space between your eyebrows. Feeling settled now in your center and your organs of perception softening. Visualize your brain inside your skull. Imagine that you can feel your brain shrinking, getting smaller and smaller, moving away from the inner lining of the skull. Then imagine your brain releasing onto the back of your head. Keep your eyes as still as possible, resting in the back of their sockets. On your inhalation, receive the breath without effort. Feel your brain recede from your forehead and release toward the back of your head. On your exhalation, allow your breath to release gracefully. For the next few minutes, it's important to stay as still and present as possible. Allow the mass of your body to sink into the back of your body, onto your heels, your calves, your bottom and torso, the backs of your arms and the back of your head. Feel your connection to the floor and maintain an awareness of your breath and the ambient sounds from the room around you to keep you rooted to the present moment throughout your Shavasana. To bring your attention back into your body, back into the room where you are. Place one foot on the mat, the other foot on the mat. Bend your knees into your chest, roll onto the right side, push yourself up, And come to sitting with your legs crossed. Hands just lightly on your knees, lifting up, lengthen the spine, hands in Namaste, centering yourself again. Eyes, Namaste, and go about the rest of your day feeling relaxed, centered, positive.